Whenever artificial variables are there, you get identity matrix directly. Okay. So that is the purpose of the artificial variable. So when you are going to involve the artificial variable, whenever the constraints are of greater than or equal to or exactly equal to type. Okay. Now after involving artificial variables, directly you cannot solve simplex method. So whenever artificial variables are involved, to solve such a kind of problems, there are two methods are there. One is called big M method. What to call big M method? The second one is called two-phase simplex method. Two-phase simplex method. Okay. What do you mean big M method? Whenever artificial variables are there in the constraints, here for artificial variables we assume cost as a big negative money denoted by minus m. A big negative money minus m as cost values. And we solve the problem as it is. You call that one as a big M method. Then what is a two-phase simplex method? A two-phase simplex method, you get the solution in two phases. One is called phase 1 and one more is called phase 2. Hence this method is called two-phase simplex method. In phase 1, we try to remove the artificial variables. In phase 2, we get the solution. So in two stages we are solving this problem, hence this method is called as the two-phase simplex method. This is a kind of extension of the ordinary simplex method. But in your syllabus you don't have the two-phase simplex method, you got only big M method. Get my point? So under big M method what you are doing? We are considering the artificial variable. Okay, the artificial variable cost as a big negative amount. That big negative money is denoted by minus m. M stands for money. And we solve other steps as it is, just like our ordinary simplex method. So this is called big M method. Now we solve a problem based upon a big M method. Okay. Yeah, all of you look at here. Now this is the given LPP and we solve this problem by using big M method. Solve the following problem by big M method. Strictly speaking, this is a minimization model. Already we solved a minimization problem in the last class. Whether a problem is of minimization or maximization, you have to follow our rules, that's all. I mean to say, always we see the objective function is in the max z or not. Now here the objective function is in min z. We convert it into max z. You know how to do that. And strictly if you see what are the forms of the constraints greater than or equal to. So whenever greater than or equal to constraints are there, you need to substitute surplus variables. Surplus variables means coefficients are minus 1, minus 1. You never get the identity matrix. Then you need to involve one more new set of variables. You call them artificial variables. A1, A2. Okay. Now look at here what happens this problem. First, formal changes. By converting objective function into maximization. Now to convert, multiply with minus 1 on both sides. Minus 1 into min z becomes max minus z. That is equal to, that is LHS. Then RHS becomes minus 4x1 minus 2x2 minus 3x3. subject to. Okay, now see the constraints here. What are the constraints? Greater than or equal to. First, what we do? We substitute what we called surplus variables by putting surplus variables the constraints becomes now what happens? Surplus variables involvement 2x1, okay, plus 4x3, okay, minus s1 is equal to 5. Now next one, 2x1 plus 3x2 plus x3 minus s2 is equal to 4. And you know very well, in the simplex table, in the coefficient matrix, -1 you get, identity matrix you never get. Then directly we need to substitute one more variable. What is that? One more set of variables, artificial variables, by putting artificial variables, Now what happens to constraints now? 2x1 plus 4x3 minus s1, okay, plus a1 is equal to 5. The next one, 2x1, okay, plus 3x2 plus x3, okay, minus s2 plus a2 is equal to 4. See there, a1, a2 involved constraints. Now what happens to the LPP? All of you look at here, complete form. Therefore, the LPP is, now all of you remember that by writing all the converted form of the LPP also, you will be given marks by substituting slags, by substituting surplus, by substituting artificial variables. Rewriting the entire LPP, for that also marks will be there. For every table marks would be there. For answer also marks would be there. That's why every part of the simplex method is important. Now entire LPP becomes, now all of you look at here, max minus z is equal to minus 4x1 minus 2x2 minus 3x3, okay, subject to 2x1 plus, now all of you look at here, I am writing now missing variables also. Why? Because while substituting in the simplex table it becomes 0. Here x2 variable is missing. Then how to generate missing variable without any other impact? So what I am putting here, 0x2. It's nothing but 0 only. Plus 4x3, okay, minus s1 plus a1 is equal to 5. Same, what is the one more constraint? 2x1 plus 3x2, here there is no missing variable, plus x3 minus s2 plus a2 is equal to 4. Okay. Now what are the non-negativity restrictions? x1, x2, x3 greater than or equal to 0. And what are surplus variables? s1, s2 also greater than or equal to 0. Should not put minus S1, minus S2. Those are positive values only. Okay. Now next, what are another set of variables? Artificial variables A1, A2 also greater than or equal to 0. If you want, you can write x1, comma x2, comma x3, s1, s2, comma a1, a2. All are greater than or equal to 0. But for understanding purpose, I wrote like this. And now this is the actual problem from which you can start the simplex table substitution or simplex method. So till now what we did actually, we prepared the given problem into wanted form. What is the wanted form? Rules. Objective function is in the maximization. All RHS values are positives, and also constraints we converted into equations by involving surplus and as well as the artificial variables. Now you can start what method? You can start that very important method, big M method. Okay, big M method. And what is the table? As usual, basic variables. Now next, cost of the basic variables, RHS values. Now what are the decision variables? x1, x2, x3. And what are surplus variables? s1, s2. What are artificial variables? a1, okay, a2. Now after that, what do you get here? That wanted very important ratio, m by r ratio. Okay, m by r ratio. Look at here, I am substituting these values. This is converted form. So what is x1 coefficient? To see how easy now. x2 is 0. That's why I wrote missing variables. Now what is x3 coefficient? 4. Now what is s1 coefficient? -1. s2 is not there, 0. If you want, you can write 0 s2 also. Now what is here? 1. Now a2 is not there, 0. The next one is 2. Now 3. Now 1. Okay. Next one is not there, hence 0. Now -1. a1 is not there, 0. Now this is 1. Now what are basic variables now? Where you find identity matrix, those are basic variables, that too in the order. You will get a1 or a2 or a2 or a1. Always a1, a2. Hence the first basic variable is a1. The second basic variable is a2. Now what are the RHS values? 5, 4. Okay. Now go to Cj values. Cj values are coefficient of objective function. Now here what is that? -4, -2, -3. S1 is not there, hence its coefficient is 0 in the objective function. S2 is not there, coefficient becomes 0. Then what is the coefficient of A1? Be careful. This is the what method? Big M method. Hence, the A1 coefficient we assume as -m, capital M. Here also A2 coefficient, again a one more big negative money, -m. Not -m1, -m2, only -m only. Okay. Now here -m, same information here also we put -m. Okay. Now again -m. That's all. And we solve the problem as it is, just like our ordinary simplex method. What is that? Calculation of net evaluations, choosing the most negative element, identifying the key column, key row, intersection point, key element, convert that one into 1, other column element 0, same procedure. But here instead of numbers, what is there? Algebraic term will be there. Carefully you need to do. That's why this method is called big M method. Okay. Now you go for first artificial, the first net evaluation values calculation. Okay. Now what is that? Minus m into 2, minus 2m. Again minus m into 2, minus 2m. Okay. Minus of minus 4, this value we need to subtract, already minus is there, hence minus of minus 4 becomes plus 4. Then what is the actual value of this calculation? Variable values we add and we constant value write as it is. So minus 2 minus 2 minus 4m, okay, plus 4 we write. So what is the first net evaluation value? Minus 4m plus 4. The next net evaluation value, minus m into 0, 0 into any number is 0, minus m into 3, minus 3m, again minus of minus 2, plus 2. Now what is the net result? Net result is going to be minus 3m plus 2, minus 3m plus 2. Okay. Next one, minus m into 4, minus 4m, minus m into 1, minus m, minus 4m, minus m, minus 5m, minus of minus 3. So what is the value going to be? Minus 5m plus 3. Now again here, minus m into minus 1, plus m, minus m into 0, 0, plus m, minus 0, you will get positive m. Okay. Now here also minus m into 0, 0. Okay. Now again minus m into minus 1, plus m minus 0, nothing but positive. Now here what you get? Minus m, 0. So what you get? Minus m minus of minus m. So minus m minus of minus m. What you get? Minus m plus m. Different signs gets cancelled, 0. Same way, minus m into 0, 0, minus m minus of minus m, plus m 0. Now we got the net evaluation values. All are positives? No. Always remember that in front of m, negative sign is there, that is a negative value. That too, which is the most negative value? In front of m, a larger value with negative sign is called as the most negative element. Here minus 4 is there, minus 3 is there, minus 5 is there. Which is the larger negative value? Minus 5. Hence this is the most negative value and corresponding column becomes your key column. Okay. Now again, how do we get the key row ratios? 5 by 4. The next one is 4 by 1. Between these two, which is the minimum? 5 by 4 means 1 point something you get. 4 by 1 means 4 is equal to 4. Need not to simplify. So logically, which is the minimum value? This is. Hence, this becomes your key row. So from here you are going to put dots. Okay. Then what is your key element? 4 is the key element. Key. Okay. Now after immediately what you need to check whether the key element is 1 or not. But here 4 is there, not 1. Then how to convert that one into 1? By dividing that entire row with the same number, with the 4. Before that, what are the changes in the bases in the second table? x3 minus 3 replaces a1 minus m. So here you will get x3 and what is its value? Minus 3 will come down. Now from here I am dividing with 4. Don't use calculator. Strictly prohibited in simplex method. So putting am, what is that? 5 by 4. Now what do you get here? Next 2 by 4. 2 by 4 means what do you get here? 1 by 2. 0 by 4 is 0. Now 4 by 4 is 1. This is required. Hence star, key element converted into 1. Now this becomes minus 1 by 4. 0 by 4 is 0. 1 by 4 will be as it is. 0 by 4 is 0. Okay. Now, after converting the key element into 1, the other element of that key column should be converted into 0. For that one, we go for rough work. Before that, what is the second row's basic variable? The above value will come as it is, a2 minus m. Now fresh row I am writing. What is that fresh row here? 4. Rough work I am doing. Big line. 2, 3, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. So what is the changed key row you got? The second one. 5 by 4, 1 by 2, 0, 1 star, minus 1 by 4, 0, 1 by 4, 0. Now how do we get 1? Subtraction only. You know how to do that. So I am doing now subtraction. Be careful. So 4 minus 5 by 4. By taking LCM. 16 minus 5 by 4 you get. 16 minus 5 is 11. 11 by 4. Now 2 minus 1 by 2. So what you get? 4 minus 1 by 2. So you get here 3 by 2. These are all simple calculations. Just by practice you get that. 3 minus 0. What you get? 3. 1 minus 1, 0, which is required. That's why putting star. 0 minus of minus 1 by 4. Positive 1 by 4. Minus 1 minus 0. What you get? Minus 1. Be careful. Now 0 minus 1 by 4, what do you get here? Negative 1 by 4. 1 minus 0, what do you get here? 1. Then what is the complete substitution becomes now? So 11 by 4 will be as it is. Next one, 3 by 2. Next 3. Next 0. Okay. Next 1 by 4. Next minus 1 by 4. Minus 1 by 4 and 1. Again as it is we go for delta values. Next set of delta values. Okay. Now what is the formula? CBXI minus CJ value. So what is first? CB minus 3 into 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2. Now next minus 3 into minus 3 by 2. What do you get here? Minus 3m by 2 and minus 4. So like that you substitute. So like that if you calculate you get the net delta values are minus 3m by 2 plus 5, minus 3m plus 2 0, minus m plus 3 by 4 m, 5m minus 3 by 4 0. All are positives? No. I told you that in front of m, if negative sign is there, those are our negative values. Like that if you see, this is the negative, this is the negative, this is the negative. This is positive because in front of m, positive sign is there. But in these three, which is the most negative? Here minus 3m by 2 means what's the value? 1 point something you get. Minus m by 4 means 0 point something you get. So which is the larger value? 3 is the larger value. Hence, the most negative element is the second delta value. Hence, what is the key? Key column is this. Then again, you should go for what to call net evaluation. What is that? 5 by 4 by 0. And next one is called 11 by 4 by 3. Now here anything by 0 is infinite, means very very big value. But we require what? Small value. So between these two, which is the small? This one. You have to calculate. Hence the key row will be this one. Okay. Now again, what is the key element? Key element is 3. But key element always should be 1. But here what is there? 3 is there. Hence we divide that entire row with the same number, that is with 3. Before that, what are the changes we get here? In the second row, x2 minus 2 you will get. So x2 minus 2 will replace a2 minus 3. And from here I am dividing with 3. 11 by 4 by 3. That means 11 by 4 into 3. How much you will get? 11 by 12 you get. 3 by 2 by 3. 3 by 2 into 3. 3 gets cancelled, so you will get 1 by 2. No, 3 by 3 means 1 you get, that is the key element 1. 0 by 3 is 0. 1 by 4 by 3 you will get 1 by 12. Now this you will get minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 12. Now here you get what you called 1 by 3. Now after converting the key element into 1, the other element should be 0. But here luckily we already got 0. Hence that entire row will be rewritten in the fresh table as it is. Before that, x3 minus 3 will be as it is. Now 5 by 4, rewriting as it is those values. 1 by 2 because 0 is there. 0. Now 1. Okay. Minus 1 by 4. 0. 1 by 4. And finally 0. Now again you go for net evaluations. Okay. If you calculate net evaluations, the values are 3 by 2, 0, 0, 7 by 12, 2 by 3, m plus 7 by 12, m minus 2 by 3. You check at what you called when you go for practicing. That means all are positives. Hence what is the conclusion? All delta i's are greater than or equal to 0. Then how to write the solution? Here I am writing the solution. Okay. So what is the x3 value? 5 by 4. What is the x2 value? 11 by 12. Okay. Therefore, but x1 is not there. Hence what you write? x1 is not there, hence 0. Okay. In order you write x2 is equal to how much you got? 11 by 12. And x3 how much you got? 5 by 4. Then what is your objective function? That is converted into maximization. Max minus z, isn't it? So what is the values are going to be when you substitute? Okay. Minus 4 into 0. Okay. Now next, minus 2 into 11 by 12. Minus 3 into 5 by 4 you get. Now what is the answer you get? 0. Minus 22 by 12. Now minus 15 by 4. So what is the answer you are going to get? Max minus z is equal to minus 67 by 12. But what is the original form? Min. So by multiplying with minus 1 again, what you get? Min z is equal to 67 by 12 monetary units. Minus 1 into 67 by 12 becomes 67 by 12. So what you call this? This is called as the Bingham method. When you use the Bingham method, whenever the artificial variables are there in the simplex, I mean to say linear programming problem. Thank you.